Because I asked you, well, the first question, 2 questions ago, I said, have you had sex with somebody other than your girlfriend the last 7 days? You said no, to determine you was telling the truth. However, when I asked you, have you had unprotected sex with somebody other than your girlfriend in the last 7 days? You said no. And the graphic there went on the screen and said you were telling a lie.
So.
Who have you been with, Tony?
Calm down. If I didn't have sex in 7 days, I can't have unprotected and protected sex.
So,
are you kidding me?
April, so let me explain something.
Are you kidding me?
No,
let me explain something to you.
Okay, sir, what can you explain to me?
What I'm explaining to you
In
is,
2 hours.
I gave him the same question 2 different times, okay?
Exactly.
I asked him at 2 different times because the first time you answered, and it determined you telling the truth, was pretty midline, okay? It could go one of the other or the other way. My interpretation of the data makes me believe, at that point in time in asking the question, makes me believe that you tell the truth. However, when I asked you the same question again, because you were midline, it was no longer midline. It was way, well the other way, indicating that you were lying.
That was the unprotected.
Unprotected.
Yeah.
That's correct. You went way the other way. So in my world, April, the way I would interpret this data,
In his world.
the way I would interpret as somebody who does this for a living, the way I would interpret this data, the midline question would be superseded by the
3
question
years.
that went over the top.
3 years.
So I would determine that he's had sex with somebody else in the last 7 days, unprotected.
So he failed the test.
He
In other
failed the
words.
test.
Yeah, at the
What
end of the
what
day,
is
yeah.
the accuracy
I
on
got
this
2
test,
questions
sir?
not quite right.
What is the accuracy on this test, sir?
Okay.
Iffy.
On the baseline questions in which I asked him, the ones that determined that he was telling the truth,
Okay.
Same graph.
we're down here. Here. This is our midline right here. See this little spike about halfway? This is our midline. However, this is the unprotected question. As you can see, it's near the top of the graph.
Okay.
Okay, what about the low line after?
Who have you been with, Tony?
You know what? Don't talk about the
That's
test.
not- that's
Tony,
what I think-
Tony,
that's
you
what
need to
I'm
deal.
saying.
You need to deal with her, not our test. You need to deal with
Who
her.
have you been with, Tony?
Clearly nobody in 7 days. You heard the question.
No.
He just said that
No,
you
no.
had unprotected sex with somebody else. Who have you been
No, the
with,
test
Tony?
definitely shows that you've had sex with somebody in the last 7
It
days.
doesn't show
3
that.
years.
That's what
3
the
years
test tells
of giving
us.
you my life. For 3 years. 3 years.
Tony, are you cheating on her?
No.
Have you cheated on her? Do you want to cheat on her?
Dude, come on, bro.
Well, I
This
asked
is over.
I asked you
This
if
is
you fantasize about other women while you're having sex with your girlfriend, and you said yes. So I'm asking you, do you want to have sex with other women?
No.
Is that why? Because the reason I'm asking you that is because maybe that's why these other questions are midline and off the graph. Because maybe you want to cheat. Maybe you have that. Maybe you have some kind of want, some desire, some fantasy that you haven't lived out, but it's playing out in your brain.
You know what?
Feel me?
You're right.
Really?
I'm thinking about other women in my head.
That's what might
And
be happening.
that's why the test read like that.
Okay, so this
So
is
it's the test.
okay. So
Really?
Hold on.
we keep
hold on.
talking
Give me
about
an
the test.
explanation. However, that could be.
Yeah.
That's plausible.
It could be.
That's plausible.
So you're not cheating on me.
Clearly not. I'm
No, I would
in
say
my own
clearly
head.
not, but I said I would say it's plausible.
Because I'm thinking about it, it read it like that.
He did answer honestly that said that he's
That
been
was
thinking
honest.
about the women when he had sex with you.
Honest.
Okay.
You know, so that makes me. I'm just being honest with you, April.
But
that
April-
makes me second guess it.
April, listen to me. This shit ain't over though, because you hired us to do a lie detector test.
And
You also
investigate.
hired us, and investigate. And you also hired us to do what, Patrick?
Investigate you.
And that's what we did. We followed you around.
We tailed you.
Yeah. So before we go any more about this test, do you want to talk about, I don't know, telling her perhaps something that we might have seen you do?
That look
Yeah.
tells me you have something to say.
You want to go ahead and just
What-
confess
what-
everything?
Look,
You want-
that my woman had somebody tell me for what, 7 days? To make sure I
Yes,
did
7
it?
days.
Look,
You're out all night.
You want to come clean about anything? There's your chance
they
to.
followed me for 7 days to ask me a question about what I did for 7 days. You,
You know
paid
what,
them for
Tony?
that.
Look me in my eyes and tell me you're not cheating on me. Tell me you're not cheating on
I
me.
am not cheating on
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. All right. Listen.
Good, right?
No, we're not good. Let me tell you why we're not good.
How long
Let,
is 2 hours?
let me tell. Let me just tell you why we're not good. We're not good.
No, we're good. We're good at our jobs, and
Yeah.
that's why we're not done yet.
We're not done yet.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Let me talk to you. You hired us to follow him around.
I did.
I got somebody here that can help bring closure to all of this.
Okay.
Okay? You want to know who it is?
I do.
Okay. Remember I told you where I brought